IAS officer Kannan Gopinathan from the AGMUT Kadra, who came into the limelight for his anonymous participation in the flood relief efforts in Kerala last year, has resigned from service. The officer, who has been serving as the Secretary of the Power, Urban Development and Town and Country Planning Departments of the Union Territory of Dadra and Nagar Haveli, sent his resignation to the Union Home Secretary on August 21. Speaking to The Hindu, Mr. Gopinathan, who joined the service in 2012, said that he has taken the decision because he wants his freedom of expression back. Over the past few days, I have been really perturbed by what is happening in the country, wherein a large section of our population have had their fundamental rights suspended. There has been a lack of response to it. We seem to be perfectly fine with it. I also see in some small ways how I am also a part of it. I think if I had a newspaper, the only thing I would be printing on the front page would be 19 on the front page, because today is the 19th day, he says. He hinted at how there has been no response even from within the service to the detaining of former civil servant Shah Faisal, who was the first Kashmiri to secure first in the civil services examination. We got into the service thinking that we can provide voice to people, but then we ended up with our own voice being taken away from us. In a democracy, let's say Hong Kong or any other democracy, if the government takes a decision, that is their right. But the response to that decision is the people's right. Here, we have taken a decision and then we have detained everybody. They are not even allowed to respond to that decision. That is dangerous, he says. As for his future course of action, he still has not decided anything, as he is still awaiting for a response from the authorities to his resignation. I've not thought about it at all. I just know that this is not right and I don't want to be in it. That much I am sure of, says Mr. Gopinathan. Hailing from Kottayam, he completed his schooling from Puthupalli, and later completed electrical engineering from the Birla Institute of Technology. During the unprecedented floods that hit Kerala in 2018, he actively participated in the relief efforts at Chenganur. He had kept his identity a secret until a fellow officer identified him. India's PV Sindhu stood one win away from an elusive World Championships gold medal after storming into her third successive final with a straight game win over All England champion Chen Yufei here on Saturday. Sindhu, who had claimed successive silver in the last two editions of the prestigious tournament beside two bronze, was a picture of perfection as she outclassed world number 3 Chen of China 2-1, 7, 2-1, 1-4 in a 40-minute semi-final. The 24-year-old from Hyderabad will face either 2013 world champion Ratchanik Intanon of Thailand or 2017 winner Nozomi Okuhara of Japan in the summit clash on Sunday. Olympic silver medalist Sindhu, who came into the match with a 5-3 head-to-head record against Chen, grabbed the initiative quickly. The Indian dished out a compact game, producing angled returns to push Chen to the corners. Sindhu retrieved well and punished any weak return from her rival to dominate the rallies. Sindhu entered the first break with a 11-3 lead after the Chinese went wide. Chen continued to find the going tough as she missed the lines, allowing the Indian to gather points at will. Another weak return at the net by Chen gave Sindhu as many as 14 game points. The Indian then sealed the opening game in her second attempt. Chen made a better start in the second game and was neck and neck at 3-3 with Sindhu, but the errors again crept in her game as Sindhu moved to a 10-6 lead. Sindhu exploited a weakness in the backhand side of Chen to lead 11-7 at the breather. The Indian worked hard during the rallies, not giving an inch to her Chinese rival, and was rewarded for her effort. Chen committed too many unforced errors in her desperation as Sindhu jumped to a 17-9 lead in a jiffy. The Indian eventually grabbed 8 match points with a cross-court smash. Chen saved a couple before hitting long again as Sindhu celebrated. Prime Minister Narendra Modi was honoured with the Order of Zayed, the UAE's highest civilian award, on Saturday as a mark of appreciation for his efforts to boost bilateral ties between the two nations. The award has earlier been bestowed on several world leaders, including Russian President Vladimir Putin, Queen Elizabeth II and Chinese President Xi Jinping. The award in the name of Sheikh Zayed bin Sultan Al Nahyan, the founding father of the UAE, acquires special significance as it was awarded to Prime Minister Modi in the year of the birth centenary of Sheikh Zayed. Ministry of External Affairs said in a statement ahead of his visit. India and the UAE enjoy warm, close and multifaceted relations underpinned by cultural, religious and economic linkages which, during the Prime Minister's previous visit to the UAE in August 2015, stood elevated to a comprehensive strategic partnership, it said. The UAE in April had announced to confer the country's highest award on Mr. Modi. In a tweet in April, the Crown Prince of Abu Dhabi, Mohammed bin Zayed Al Nahyan, said, "We have historical and comprehensive strategic ties with India, reinforced by the pivotal role of my dear friend, Prime Minister Narendra Modi, who gave these relations a big boost." With an annual bilateral trade of about $60 billion, the UAE is India's third largest trade partner. It is also the fourth largest exporter of crude oil for India. A 3.3 million strong vibrant Indian community in the UAE nourishes the vibrant people-to-people contacts between our two friendly countries, the MAR said, adding that Mr. Modi's visit would further strengthen the friendly bilateral ties.